Welcome to Hays Post News. I'm Becky Kaiser. The Ellis County Law Enforcement Center in downtown Hays will soon be almost empty when the entire Judicial Department makes its move this weekend. They'll join the Hays Police Department and the Ellis County Sheriff's Department in a temporary location at the former NEW building west of the airport. Sheriff Ed Harbin gives us a tour.
We're moving.
It's been kind of hectic, but I think everything is kind of smoothing out right now. We've got all of our stuff, or most of our stuff out here, and everybody's just finding a place for it. Setting up their desks and getting everything organized. This will be the main entrance. And we will have somebody at the desk up here Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. District Court, County Attorney, Hays Police, and the Sheriff's Office will have windows here. And there'll be somebody staffing these windows. That door that we came through just a minute ago will be locked and secured so that when people come in to go to court, they will be escorted back to the courtrooms. Okay, this is our jail facility. To your left will be our DUI processing lane. It doesn't cause any distractions when they're doing the DUI processing. Further to the west is our booking area where they'll do those fingerprints. And that's our live scan machine right there. You can see the red color on the top of that case. That's where they'll take the fingerprints. Straight behind us is an area that has 2 holding cells in it. And we have a partition between each one, so it's sight separation. It's going to be hard to sound separation, but so that we can put male and females back there. Primarily going to be used for inmates that are brought from other facilities to go to court. And then we have another holding cell that will be the area that we use when people are brought in. Again, we have cameras all around those holding cells. It's going to be temporary, but everybody has, and I can't say enough good about these guys that, you know, they've taken care of business. They haven't grumbled. Needed to get done, they did it. And, so it's all worked well.
The departments are moving ahead of the renovations to the Law Enforcement Center, which are expected to last nearly a year. The Rural Fire Director, the IT Director, and the Dispatch Center will not move. They're staying in place in the basement of the LEC during the upcoming construction. 2 Ellis County residents facing federal drug charges. According to the U.S. Attorney, 29-year-old Joseph Anthony Ransom of Ellis and 21-year-old Carly Marie Dreiling of Hays have been charged with 1 count of growing 181 marijuana plants in the basement of their residence, 1 count of possessing 181 marijuana plants, and 1 count of unlawful possession of a firearm in furtherance of drug trafficking. The crimes are alleged to have occurred September 25th in Ellis County. A Southwest Kansas man sentenced to 20 years in prison on a federal child pornography charge. 48-year-old Wade H. Dewey of Syracuse pleaded guilty to 1 count of possessing child pornography. Dewey admitted that in August 2013 he was found in possession of images and videos depicting child porn which he obtained from the internet. Dewey is a registered sex offender. The Barton County Sheriff's Office asking the public's assistance in locating and apprehending Justin E. Peterson. Officials say Peterson skipped bond in June when he failed to appear in Barton County District Court. Peterson was out on bond for drug-related and other charges. He has a history of violent crime and weapons violations. Peterson is described as a 27-year-old white male, 6 feet tall, 200 pounds, with brown hair and blue eyes. If you have information about Justin E. Peterson, you are asked to contact your local law enforcement agency. The Hays Fire Department responded to a fire at a fire equipment company Wednesday afternoon. According to Chief Gary Brown, an employee of professional fire equipment on East 6th Street discovered the fire about 2:20 p.m. He used a fire extinguisher while another employee called 911. Firefighters found a small fire burning in the building workshop along with heavy smoke throughout. There was minor fire damage and smoke damage throughout the building. Brown says the fire likely caused by failure of an electrical appliance which ignited nearby combustibles. No injuries were reported. 1st District Congressman Tim Huelskamp will be in western Kansas next week, continuing his visits to each of the big first 63 counties. Huelskamp will be in La Crosse Tuesday afternoon at 1:15 in the Rush County Town Hall. And you can see a complete list of the Republican congressman's visits on our website, hayspost.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jeffrey Lowe at Lifetime Dental Care in Hays. Why pay more for slow braces when you can save money with fast braces? Fast braces can straighten all of your teeth in as little as 3 months to a year and are safe for children and adults. You can only find fast braces in western Kansas at Lifetime Dental Care in Hays. I am so confident with this revolutionary braces technology that I even put them on my son Hayden.
It's amazing how fast my teeth have adjusted, and it's a lot more comfortable than I thought it was going to be.
So call now to schedule a free consultation and see if Fast Braces is right for you.
Well, missing out on full conversations. My children had mentioned to me, Dad, you're missing so much. I needed to come in and get it taken care of. And I'm glad I did. So you just put them in every morning and change the batteries when they need to be changed, and you just become accustomed to having them in.
If you're suffering from hearing loss, stop by Hearing Solutions today and be another satisfied customer tomorrow. Flowers by Francis, with the look and feel of Christmas, with beautiful trees adorned with eye-catching ornaments. Snowy Christmas. Champagne Frost. I'll Be Home for Christmas and Winter Days. Gorgeous holiday decor. Fontanini collectible figurines, candles, and a nice selection of centerpieces. Wreaths individually designed with your style in mind. Visit Flowers by Francis in Hayes.
Welcome back. I'm Becky Kaiser. The 12th annual Hayes Battle of the Badges kicked off Thursday morning at the American Red Cross Blood Donation Center. Representatives from first responder departments, police, fire, and EMS are competing to see which agency can encourage the most blood donations from the public. We'll have more about the Battle of the Badges tomorrow on Hayes Post News.
This is a news update from the Salina Post. Governor Brownback says he's working on proposals for changing how Kansas distributes aid to public schools and for bolstering the pension system for teachers and government workers. But the governor provided no details during an interview Wednesday. He said only that his administration is researching options on school funding and pensions. Brownback's comments came a day after he outlined a plan for closing a projected $279 million shortfall in the state's current budget. His plan received bipartisan criticism because he directed the state to divert nearly $41 million from the public pension system. He said he did so to avoid cutting aid to public schools and higher education spending. He also said the state cannot sustain increases this year in education funding. The governor also said he's not ruling out a pay increase for government workers despite projected budget shortfalls. The governor said he would not say yet that the state's budget problems will prevent raises for state employees. He said such decisions usually are made in the spring at the end of the legislature's annual 90-day session. He said the state's budget picture could improve by that time. State workers did not get an across-the-board raise in the current budget, but full-time employees are receiving a $250 bonus this month. A government report forecasts cotton production in Kansas this year at 52,000 bales, up 27% from a year ago. The National Agricultural Statistics Service reported that the number of harvested cotton acres is up 12%, with 29,000 acres cut. The agency says the yield is forecast at a record 861 million pounds per acre, or rather, I should say 861 pounds per acre. That is 104 pounds per acre more than a year ago. Dry edible bean production in the state is forecast to be up 37% compared to this time a year ago. The estimated production expected to be a total of 118,000 hundredweight. Pinto beans account for 78% of the state's dry bean production. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Commander General is saying the nation is falling behind on maintaining its aging levees, dams, ports, and harbors. Lieutenant General Thomas Bostic spoke during the Society of American Military Engineers Conference in Kansas City. He says finishing all the projects that have been authorized would cost about $23.5 billion, but the Corps' annual budget for the work usually hovers around $1.5 billion. He says that figure does not include addressing a maintenance backlog. Bostic says the Corps is looking at alternative financing methods, including public-private partnerships. The Corps says 16% of the dams it operates are categorized as extremely or high risk. Since 2009, delays and interruptions have more than doubled on the nation's inland waterways, locks, and dams. A new study says primary care doctors seeing low-income patients face a steep cut in Medicaid fees next year when a temporary program in President Obama's health care law expires. That could reduce access for patients just when millions of new people are gaining Medicaid coverage under that same law. The study from the nonpartisan Urban Institute estimates that cuts will average about 40% nationwide, but they'll be 50% or more for primary care doctors in California, New York, New Jersey, and Illinois, big states that expanded Medicaid under the health care law. To improve access for the poor, the health law increased Medicaid fees for primary care doctors from 2013 to 2014, but that boost will expire on January the 1st. Congress is saying farewell to its last two veterans of World War II, the member whose lodgings inspired TV's Alpha House and a founding firebrand of the Tea Party. It's also losing one of the shorter-term senators and a few dozen others this week as another session of bickering in Washington winds down. As they end their careers, many lawmakers of various eras are sounding a common note that they're leaving the institution in worse shape than they found it. Republicans are looking forward to taking control of both houses in January, sounding more upbeat these days than Democrats, but some departing GOP members are echoing the 9 out of 10 Americans who tell pollsters they disapprove of Congress's work. This has been a news update from the Salina Post.
Thanks, Randy. Be sure to check our website for more news and other information, plus sports and entertainment. It's all just a click away at hayespost.com. Meteorologist Dan Holliday is in next with our weekend weather forecast. Stay tuned.
We are ready for the holidays at Mamzell's. Looking for stocking stuffers? Only at Mamzell's. T-shirt sachets that hang in your closet. Lollia fragrances, one of Oprah's favorite things. Handmade bourbon and bow tie bracelets. Plus, Brighton art and soul bangles and magnetic notepads. Have a fashionable Christmas from all of us at Mamzell's.
Gibson's Health Mart Pharmacy in Waukene, a pharmacy plus a whole lot more. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies dedicated to you, the customer. Stop into Gibson's and enjoy a friendly smile and a helping hand. Whether you need photos, home health, beauty aids, cosmetics, count on Gibson's. When it comes to pharmacy, there is no better choice. Gibson's Health Mart pharmacists take the time to get to know you, explain your medications, and answer questions you may have. Gibson's Health Mart in downtown Waukene. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
He's making his list and checking it twice. And he's found a bundle of goodies from Eagle that's very, very nice. Add Fusion and MyStream for TV on the wall and super fast internet to power it all. There'll be no crying and no reason to pout. Eagle TV and internet completes Santa's list, no doubt.
Call Eagle Communications at 877-61-EAGLE to get your Christmas list taken care of today.
A stronger storm system is going to be settling in late this weekend, but for now, it's all low clouds, fog, and drizzle. Our low in the upper 30s. Again, widespread dense fog to start the morning on Friday. Our high warming to 55. And again, drizzle and fog Saturday with a high 60. From the Eagle Stormwatch Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dan Holliday.
That's Hayes Post News. Thanks for tuning in and webbing in. I'm Becky Kaiser.
The Eagle Community Television Oil and Gas Report, brought to you by WW Drilling of Waukene, with 6 rigs serving central and western Kansas. The Eagle Community Television Oil and Gas Report, brought to you by WW Drilling of Waukene, with 6 rigs serving central and western Kansas.